Just under 2 minutes to puck drop for the Edina Gold versus Minneapolis Gray. In the semifinal match, winner goes to play for the championship against Edina Black. And the runner-up plays against Minnetonka for the third place. And we're just about to get underway. And we're ready. Edina wins the faceoff. Sends it back to Mayfield. Mayfield moves it up to Anderson at center ice. Anderson dumps it in. Tudor gives chase behind the net. Centering pass cleaned up by Minneapolis. Minneapolis takes it out to neutral ice. Swatted away by Will Schaefer. Sent down by Minneapolis to the Edina zone. Anderson sends it back to Mitchell. Mitchell plays it off the boards. Can't quite clear. Minneapolis in deep behind the net. Centering pass blocked in front. Minneapolis takes it to the sideboards. Shoots behind the net. Anderson takes the puck out. Sends it up to Tudor. Just out of reach and down for icing. Face-off won by Minneapolis. Sends it over to the side. Centering pass from Minneapolis. Cam picks it up. Carries it over center. Sends it up to Boline. Boline chases it down to the corner. Centering pass broken up by Minneapolis. Minneapolis takes control. Moves it ahead. Edina gets control behind the net. Cam with it now. Over center, plays it up to Hendricks. And they're off. Now they're onside and they can start their attack. Shoot and deflected. Mayfield keeps it in. And it skips out off of a Minneapolis player. Minneapolis behind their own net. Boleen gives chase. Mitchell keeps it in, sends it over to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it back over to Mitchell. Now down behind the Minneapolis net. Hendricks in deep, centering pass, deflected. Sullivan takes over, nice wraparound, but Minneapolis is there. Minneapolis carries it out over center ice. And just wide of the net. Oh, and out of play. Face off in the neutral zone. Oh, actually in the Edina end. Face off won by Edina. Sent out a neutral zone. Worth gives chase. Has it. And Sullivan brings it over the line, muscling his way over. Mayfield keeps it, shoots just wide. Budlong sends it on net. Minneapolis takes over, trying to clear. Mitchell keeps it in. Oh, sorry, Schaefer keeps it in. Worth with a nice move. And he scores! Frankie Worth with the goal. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first period. Edina up by 1. Face off won by Edina. Schaefer tries to keep it. Minneapolis takes control. Sends it in behind the Edina net.
Scoring for Edina, number 14, Frank Worth. Unassisted, time to goal, 340.
Kennedy back with the puck up to Will Schaefer. Minneapolis with it at the blue line. They shoot, save by Ingen, covered up for a faceoff. Boleen wins the faceoff for Edina, sends it back to Henry Schaefer. Schaefer up to J.R. Hendricks. Puck bounces loose. Minneapolis tries to shoot but can't. Hendricks clears. Henry Schaefer behind the net. Sends it over to Hendricks. Hendricks moves it over to Kennedy. Kennedy off the sideboards to Cam. Cam to Boleen. Boleen's got some room. And he shoots, and it's off the helmet of the Minneapolis goalie. Puck's loose. Minneapolis has it. Skating back 3-on-1. Shoots. And covered up by Ingen. Seven minutes, 51 seconds left in the first period. Minneapolis wins the face-off, but Edina gets control. Budlong tries to take it out over the blue line, but can't. Worth now with it. Nice little move, but tangled up, but left it for Budlong. Budlong shoots, but deflected by the Minneapolis goalie. Worth behind the net. Tips it out front. No one home. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell takes a shot, deflected in front. Worth down low, back to Mayfield. Mayfield shoots, deflected in front by Minneapolis. Minneapolis takes it over, out to neutral ice. Offsides, Minneapolis. Face off in the neutral zone. 7 minutes left in the first period. Edina wins the face-off. Budlong fighting at the center ice. Minneapolis comes away with it. Minneapolis goes behind the net. Sullivan's there. Minneapolis gets tripped up. Minneapolis keeps it in. Kennedy now with it, sends it up to Worth. Worth loses the handle at center ice, but Budlong keeps going. Budlong with it now. And Minneapolis brings it out into the Edina zone. Shoots and save by Engen. Tudor wins the faceoff for Edina, sends it over to Anderson. Anderson moves it up to Tudor again. Anderson with some steam coming over the Minneapolis end, shoots. Oh, just off the pipe. Puck goes to the corner. Will Schaefer gives chase. Mayfield tries to keep it in. Minneapolis can't quite clear. Goes down behind the goal. Tudor there to fight with it. Get some help from Anderson. And squirts out to Minneapolis. And Anderson comes back and takes care of that. Moved up to Minneapolis. Mayfield can't quite get it out of the zone. Minneapolis has it again, shoots, and deflected to the corner by Engen. Wrap around, no one there. Oh, and a dive in front of the net to stop it. Another save by Engen, and Mayfield goes to the corner. Flurry of activity there for Minneapolis. Tudor comes out to center ice with the puck. Everyone stays on side. He's got Hendricks. He tries a wraparound, can't quite get a hold of it, and it's under the goalie for a faceoff in the neutral zone. Boleen wins the faceoff for Edina, sends it on net, no one there. Puck goes to the corner. Minneapolis takes the puck in front of their net and skates out with it. Kennedy tries to wrap him up. Minneapolis powers through, but Henry Schaefer's there to clean that up for Edina. Hendricks with the puck now. Sends it down. Minneapolis knocks it down and brings it back into the zone for an offside. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first period. Worth along the sideboards, tries to make a move, gets stopped by Minneapolis. Worth out front again, tries to center. All sorts of people knocked down. Now we got Kennedy all alone with one Minneapolis player. And taken care of nicely. Minneapolis has the puck behind the net. Now Edina. Budlong brings it out. Sends it down behind the Minneapolis end. Puck goes out to neutral zone. Mayfield's there. Mayfield takes it, sends it up the boards for an offside. Face off won by Edina. Anderson takes it. Up over to center ice. Into the Minneapolis end. Minneapolis takes over, brings it to the neutral zone. Mayfield sends it back to center ice. Tudor. Deflected by Minneapolis. Mitchell sends it over to Mayfield. Mayfield skates it up. Minneapolis steals it. Anderson comes away with it. Sends one over, and it's and tipped in again by Tudor. We have a goal. Edina. Face off won by Edina. Mitchell takes it, sends it up to Cam.
For Edina, number 3, Andrew Tudor. Assisted by number 17, Charles Anderson. Number 12, William Schaefer. Come the goal, 10-19.
Minneapolis skates up. And Mitchell and Mayfield take care of him. Mitchell sends it up to Cam. Minneapolis keeps it in. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell behind the net. And Boling comes in to help. Minneapolis keeps it in. Cam comes over, gets the puck. 1 minute, 48 seconds left. Shot on goal, saved by Engen. 1 minute, 45 seconds left in the first period. Worth wins the faceoff. Kicks out to Minneapolis. Minneapolis sends a slap shot, deflected by Budlong. Budlong skates out with it into the Minneapolis end. Fighting along the boards, tries to center. Minneapolis comes away with it. Frankie Worth with the puck, sends it over to Budlong, and we're offsides. Worth wins the faceoff. Kennedy sends it up, deflected off Minneapolis. We'll scrum down in the corner. Worth comes away with it. Sullivan with him. And we're offsides. Face off in the neutral zone. 1 minute left in the first period. Minneapolis has the puck, 3-on-2 into the zone. Puck bounces. Engen covers for a face-off. 50 seconds left. Face-off won by Edina. Kennedy with it. Sends it up the boards. Minneapolis tries to keep it in, but Anderson sneaks away with it. And Minneapolis is able to clear it out. Henry Schaefer with it. Sends it up. Deflected. 30 seconds left in the first. Minneapolis with an opportunity here. Sends one on net. Blocked by Ingen. And we have a penalty against Edina. Tripping. 1 minute and 30 seconds to Will Schaefer. Face off in the Edina end. With 23 seconds left in the first. Tudor for the face-off with Edina, wins it, gets it, takes it out, sends it back to Anderson. Anderson sends it up, off the boards, perfect pass to Tudor. Ooh, off a Minneapolis skate. 4-on-2 now for Minneapolis. Sends it on net, saved by Ingen. 2 seconds left in the period, and that should wrap it up for the first period. Edina up 2-0. Second period action coming your way in a little bit. Starting the second period off, down a man with 1 minute left on the power play for Minneapolis. Minneapolis in black, Edina in white. We've switched sides for the start of the second. 13 minutes on the clock. Budlong gets the puck, sends it into the Minneapolis end, takes a shot on net, saved, but deflected in front, and Boleen tries to clean it up, but cannot put it in the net. It deflects all the way down. The Edina end. Covered by Ingen. Face off in the Edina end. Minneapolis wins the faceoff, sends it back to the point, shoots just wide of the net. Mayfield behind the net for Edina, brings it up. Budlong skates after it. Minneapolis sends it in for offsides. Faceoff in the neutral zone. "12 minutes, 27 seconds left in the second period. Face-off at center ice. Okay. Minneapolis sends it in to the Edina end. Mitchell gives chase, and it's an icing. Face-off in the Minneapolis end. Edina wins the face-off. He sends a blast. That was Mayfield. Mayfield with it again. And Minneapolis picks his pocket and moves the puck up to neutral zone. Bowling tries to get control of it. Minneapolis keeps it. Sends a shot on net. Covered in front by Ingen. Face off won by Edina. Hendricks tries to clear. Puck bounces behind the net. Kennedy with the puck. Bowling takes it. Sends it up the sideboards. Minneapolis is there to grab it. Deflected in front and out to the corner. Hendricks with it. Minneapolis takes it. Behind the net, sends it in front. Too many Edina players there. Puck bounces out, and Kennedy comes away with it. Sends it down to the opposite end. And Henry Schaefer's there. Bowling grabs the puck. Takes it behind the net with 11 minutes left in the second period. Minneapolis takes it. Tries to center, but can't. Hendricks down low. Sends it up to Cam. Cam sends it down. Cam gives chase, almost grabs the puck from him. Worth is there. Minneapolis skates it out. Mayfield and Mitchell back for defense on Edina. And Worth comes in and takes it. Hendricks now with the puck, brings it over center ice. And puts it behind the net. Cam Mayfield. Mayfield takes the shot, deflected in front by a Minneapolis defender. Budlong now with the puck, centering. No one but Minneapolis home. Worth now with the puck in the corner. Budlong out front. Puck is under the goalie. Face off in the neutral zone. Face off in the Minneapolis end. Ten minutes left in the second period. Mayfield with the puck, skates in. Nice move. Oh, can't quite send the pass. Centering pass missed again. Mitchell back at the blue line sends one to the net. 3 Edina players in front. Oh, Budlong shoots, but just wide. Worth down low, sends it back to Mitchell. Mitchell sends it over to Mayfield. Mayfield steps in, and Minneapolis deflects it. Mayfield and Mitchell back for Edina. They shoot. Saved by Ingen. Cleared by Sullivan, but kept in by Minneapolis. Minneapolis now. Puck is loose. Worth picks it up, sends it over to center ice. Ooh, gets tripped up. No call. Worth again with it now. Walks in. No one's there for him. Off the helmet. Deflected and in. Sullivan puts it in off a deflection to go up 3-0 with 9 minutes left in the second period. Face-off, won by Edina. Kennedy back with the puck.
Scoring for Edina, number 21, Alex Sullivan. Assisted by number 14, Frank Worth. And number 4, Cooper Budlong. On the goal.
Puck goes down to the corner. Edina centers. Blocked in front by the Minneapolis goalie. Will Schaefer battling, keeps it in. Sends it into the corner. Tudor gives chase. Tudor back behind the net. Now Anderson. Anderson sends it in. Minneapolis skates out behind their net. Minneapolis now in the Edina end centers it. Kennedy's there to pick it up. Kennedy behind the net. Sends it up. Intercepted by Minneapolis. Minneapolis tries to center it. But Anderson and Kennedy are there. Oh, and it's a deflection off. Looks like an Edina player for a goal. Minneapolis scores. Now 3-1 with 8 minutes left in the second period. Edina wins the faceoff. Sends it up.
For Minneapolis, number 9, Ace Paul. Unassisted. Time to go. 5 minutes.
Minneapolis now with it. Brings it over the blue line. Puck in the corner. Boline down there fighting with Minneapolis. Hendricks comes in to assist. Minneapolis takes a shot just wide of the net. Puck goes out of the zone. Cam takes it over. Into the Minneapolis end. Boline with it now. Shoots just wide. Cam gets it. Gives it to Hendricks. Cam takes it back over. Puck goes to the corner. Mitchell now with it. Sends it over to Boline. Puck kept in the zone by Boline. Minneapolis now with it. Minneapolis takes it into the Edina end. Mitchell's there. Deflected by Budlong. Budlong now skates it up over center ice. Boline now behind the net with Minneapolis. Sullivan out front, tips it, and sends it in. Oh, and Budlong couldn't quite get a handle on it and tries to shoot. And now has the puck behind the net. Sends it over to Mayfield. Mayfield marches in. Deflection by Minneapolis. Minneapolis now skating back with it over center ice. Mitchell's there. And the zone clears. Sullivan gives chase with Budlong. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second. Minneapolis takes over at center ice. Moves into the Edina end. Sends one on net just wide. Mitchell clears. Has Worth. Worth's all alone. And a save by Minneapolis. Face-off in the neutral zone. It looks like we have a goalie swap here for Minneapolis. Halfway through the second period. 5 minutes, 21 seconds left in the third. Minneapolis tries to clear. Anderson blocks it. Minneapolis skates away with it up to the Edina end. Shoots just wide. Kennedy down low. Minneapolis centers. And no one home for Minneapolis. Sends it back to the point. Worth almost had it, and now the puck's loose. Moved up ahead by Kennedy. Kennedy sends it over, and it's offsides. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second period. 3-1 Edina. Face-off in the neutral zone. Edina wins the face-off. Anderson tries to clear but can't. Tudor takes over. Minneapolis takes over at center ice. Minneapolis down low in the corner. Centering pass, deflected in front by Edina. Shot again on net, deflected by Will Schaefer. Puck's loose, Kennedy grabs it. Kennedy skates it up to neutral zone, gives it to Tudor. Tudor tries to center, gets deflected by Edina. Kennedy sends it on net. Minneapolis skates out with it. Minneapolis sends one on net. Saved by Ingen. Shot missed. Anderson now skates with it. 1-on-1. Tudor comes back to help. And saved in front. Rebound picked up by Minneapolis. Minneapolis in low, sends it around, tries to center, can't, does, puck's in front, loose. Saved by Engen, off his helmet. And Cam clears the puck for Edina, sends it over to Tudor. Tudor gives chase to the corner. Tudor and Cam in the corner. Minneapolis comes away with it. 2 minutes, 45 seconds, and we have an offsides. Minneapolis takes the puck, tries to send it up ice, stuck at center. Minneapolis pops it out to center ice. Henry Mitchell sends it up to Cam. Henry Mitchell again, surrounded by two Minneapolis players. And Boline takes control of the puck, brings it behind the Edina net. Centering pass for Minneapolis. Someone was home but couldn't quite get a handle on it. The puck goes to the corner. Minneapolis can't keep the zone. Offside. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in the second period. Budlong sends it up to Worth. Worth into the Minneapolis end. Shoots and save. Puck squirts out to the blue line. Henry Schaefer sends it in. Minneapolis comes away with it, sends it down to the Edina end. No icing. Henry Schaefer back with it, sends it up to Worth. Minneapolis deflects it down to Kennedy. Kennedy sends it up. Anderson Sullivan with it. Sullivan tries to turn the corner and gets taken down. That'll be a penalty on Minneapolis. Holding. 1 minute, 30 seconds for holding. We'll have a face-off in the Minneapolis end with 1 minute, 16 seconds left to play in the second. And they're all staying, skating with one too many men out there. We'll get it sorted and puck drop in a second. Here we go. Edina wins the face-off. Budlong has it. Sends it behind. Worth all alone with 3 attackers, or 3 defenders, I mean. Mayfield comes in to help. Minneapolis tries to clear. Mayfield keeps it in, sends it in. Budlong behind the net. Minneapolis defends nicely and clears the corner. Edina can't hold the zone. Minneapolis has it behind the Edina net. Worth skates out with it. Now Budlong brings it over center ice. Edina defends it nicely, or Minneapolis defends it. Mitchell's back with the puck now in neutral zone. Sends it up to Tudor. Worth gets it. Now Minneapolis grabs the loose puck. 6 seconds left. Puck skates, goes down. We have an icing on Edina. With 0.8 seconds left in the second. And that'll do it for the second period. 3-1 Edina. We'll be back for the third. And we're back for the start of the third. Face off won by Edina. Sullivan sends it in, no icing. Budlong goes to the corner for it. Centering pass cleaned up by Minneapolis. Minneapolis takes the puck out of the end and sends it down for Kennedy. Minneapolis chases after it. Kennedy with it, skates out to center ice, passes up to Worth, and they say offsides. Face off at center ice. 12 minutes, 20 seconds left. Minneapolis wins the face-off. Minneapolis with the puck in the Edina end, shoots just wide. Off the end boards, Minneapolis tries to center, puck loose out front, saved by Engen. Puck goes to the corner where Mitchell battles. Will Schaefer sends it up. Minneapolis is there for it. And Schaefer clears it out. Minneapolis gains control again, sends the puck on net. Saved by Engen. Mayfield takes the rebound. Skates it up to the neutral zone. Anderson with the puck. Brings it over. Tries to pass to Tudor. Puck deflected to the corner. Minneapolis skates out. And the defense clears it away. Down to the corner, Will Schaefer. Tries to send it up. Blocked by Minneapolis. Minneapolis centers. And the puck is stopped by Engen. Face off in the Edina end. Edina wins the face-off. Boline sends it back to Henry Schaefer. Henry sends it up to Hendricks. Hendricks over to Boline. Boline skates it up to center ice. Turns the corner, shoots and scores. Snipes the corner. My goodness. Boline, what a goal. 4-1 with 10 minutes, 51 seconds left in the third period.
Scoring for Edina, number 16, Henry Boline.
Cam takes it.
Unassisted, time to go, 2-0.
Oh, and deflected by the Minneapolis goalie. Boline almost had an opportunity for another one. Sends it on net. Minneapolis is there. Kennedy keeps the zone, sends it down. Kennedy keeps the zone, as does Cam. Hendricks with the puck. Centers it, goes behind the net. Boline behind the net. And Minneapolis deflects the centering pass. Minneapolis skates out into the neutral zone. Great pass, but just quite couldn't handle it. Puck along the end boards. Henry Schaefer down low with Minneapolis. Minneapolis has behind the Edina goal. Tries to center, puck squirts out. Hendricks takes it. Skates it up the neutral zone, pass to Cam. Cam stays on his feet. He's got 3 Minneapolis players around him. Minneapolis takes over. Budlong takes it. It goes back to Mitchell. Mitchell sends it up to center ice. Minneapolis brings it in. Minneapolis shoots off the side of the net. And Mitchell skates it out to the sideboards. Sullivan takes the puck now. They're onside. Worth takes it over. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan centers it. Save by Minneapolis. Puck goes to the corner. 8 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third period. Minneapolis skates it out into the Edina end. Edina's there. Budlong with it now. And Sullivan. Sullivan keeps it. Breakaway and great save by it. And he can't clean up the rebound. And a goal by Sullivan for his second of the day. 5-1 Edina with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third period. Minneapolis wins the faceoff. Anderson takes over at center ice.
Scoring for Edina,
Brings it in, the Minneapolis end.
Unassisted, time to go.
Great pass. Oh, deflected by the goalie. Kennedy back at the blue line, sends it in again. Knockdown. Puck stays in the Minneapolis end. Tudor comes away with it. And a great diving save by the goalie. Puck goes back to Henry Schaefer. Schaefer passes it up to Schaefer. One-timer. Ooh, and just missed. Puck's free behind the net. It's loose, and it's still loose. Minneapolis comes away with it. It's offsides because we had a man down in the net, unfortunately, after the excitement of earlier. Face-off in the neutral zone. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third. Edina wins the face-off. Minneapolis gets it. Minneapolis brings it into the Edina zone. Cam sends it up the sideboards. Minneapolis holds. And Mayfield skates it out. And we're called offsides. Minneapolis sent it in with an attacker in the zone. Worth wins the faceoff for Edina over to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it up the boards. Sullivan takes control. Worth has it now. Off of Budlong. Puck's out front. Puck still loose behind the net. Minneapolis gains control and skates out of their end. Defense takes care of that. Minneapolis attempt, but now Minneapolis has the puck again, and Mayfield and Worth are there. Minneapolis keeps the zone. And we have a 4-on-2. Powers his way in, can't quite keep the handle, and Harrison Ingen with the save. Puck behind the Edina end. Budlong fighting for it. Centering pass. Mayfield takes it. They keep it in. Mitchell sends it up to Sullivan. Puck is offside. 5 minutes, 47 seconds left in the third. Edina wins. Kennedy with the puck. Sends it up the sideboards into the Minneapolis end. Sullivan gets the puck, sends it on net, tipped in front. Minneapolis covers. Not so loose puck, but we have a whistle. Face off in the neutral zone. Or, excuse me, in the Minneapolis end. 5 minutes, 31 seconds left. Tudor sends it back to Kennedy. Kennedy rifles one in, deflected in front. Minneapolis skates it out. Will Schaefer's there. Sullivan takes the puck, brings it into the Minneapolis end. Minneapolis is there to defend, but can't quite clear it. Sullivan or Anderson picks it up again. Tudor now with it. And save by Minneapolis. 5 minutes left in the third. Puck squirts out. Minneapolis might have a breakaway here. And taken care of with a save and barely a shot on net with the great Edina defense. Called offsides. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third. Edina wins the faceoff. Cam battles on the sideboards with 3 Minneapolis players. Boleen comes out, puck squirts out to center ice. Minneapolis gains control. Boleen steals it for a breakaway. Oh, and defense. Oh, we have a penalty. Tripping on Minneapolis. Tripping. Oh, Edina will go on the power play here with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third. Face-off won by Edina. Cam passes it back to Mitchell. Mitchell sends one up, deflected by Minneapolis. Puck goes to the corner. Minneapolis tries to clear, sends over to Boleen. Boleen to Hendricks. Hendricks wide open, off the pipe and in! Holy buckets. Quick game of pinball with that puck, and it's in the net for a goal for Edina. Made quick work of that power play opportunity to go up 6-1, which I now believe means running time with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the period. Edina wins the faceoff. Sullivan skates it over to the Minneapolis territory. Sends a puck wide over the net. Budlong on the other side to get it. Budlong sends it in behind the net. Sullivan gets chase. Puck goes out in front. Squirts off the goalie. Budlong now shoots it. Worth behind the net. Mayfield with it. At the circle, puts a shot on net, deflected. Puck goes to the corner. Minneapolis sends it up. Mitchell and Mayfield are there. Sullivan takes the puck over center ice. He shoots, it's saved, but Budlong's there for the rebound and the goal with 3 minutes left in the third period. Running time. Oh, we had an injury and now we're good. One of the Minneapolis players was down, and we have the medical staff tending to him on the bench.
Scoring for number 4, Rupert Butler. Assisted by number 21, Alex Sullivan.
Puck stopped by Engen for a face-off in the Edina end. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the period. Henry Schaefer sends it up to Kennedy. Kennedy sends it over into the Edina, or the Minneapolis end, excuse me. Anderson gives chase behind the net. Piled on by the Minneapolis player. Puck's loose out front, kick to the side. Minneapolis takes over. Kennedy battling with the puck. Anderson down in the corner. And they're tussling. I don't know who's the penalty on that for that one. Boarding on Anderson. I think everyone was pretty tied up with that. But I'm not a referee. I barely know what I'm doing here. So puck down in the neutral, in the Edina end. One minute left. Boleen wins the faceoff. Nifty move to keep the puck. Sends it off the sideboards to center ice. Cam gives chase. Minneapolis takes the puck down their end. 45 seconds left in the third. Minneapolis gets it. Sends a shot wide off the net. Moline takes it out of their end. Great pass up. Minneapolis skates after it. 20 seconds left in the period. Minneapolis skates out in numbers. Edina comes back. Shot on net, but covered by Ingen. And that's the game. Edina 7, Minneapolis 1. And we'll be back tomorrow for the championship game against Edina Black. Edina Black faces off against Edina Gold in the Cornerstone Edina tournament tomorrow. I think it's 1:30, could be 12:30. Don't quote me. I don't know if we're Eastern, Central, or Pacific. But there'll be a link sent out, and you can always check the live stream on YouTube. Thank you all for listening, those who decided to listen. Always acceptable to mute, so I appreciate you guys sticking